afternoon, guys. It's 6 p.m. Today is February 24th. Today is Friday. So price is exhausted to the downside once again because of overnight down move, So whenever we have this overnight moves, right, it is always difficult, to come up with some bias before open, because at that point two things can happen. Either price is exhausted, it is gapping down wide, it can bounce, or it can continue the down rally, right? There is no way to know, so we have to wait till open, but we can have some ideas around. We have to watch some levels, so we are going to be, that's why we are going to be neutral today, as long as price is trading above 76.88, right? So here I'm saying above we are neutral, because then price can go either way. But below that area, it's a gray area also, because 39.50 to 88 is a higher time frame support, right? But here I am also saying below that we can be favoring sellers going with the flow, see? So gray area, but you can favor sellers, or we can favor shorts into this area or from this area. That is what I mean, right? So up to this area is a key, so here I am saying if sellers have to defend, then that is the area, and if buyers have to defend, then that is also the area. So how price is dealing with this is because of price is dealing with right now higher time frame support here on Friday, and we are gapping down hard, equal to some upward force will be there, so refrain from having aggressive shorts. So like aggressive short means right off the open you short, those kind of shorts, refrain from it, don't do that, and you already seen it today, right? So right off the open shorts won't work. You have to wait key areas, and you can see if you waited for this area to short, look at it how it worked out, right? So, and then all these other description you can read through it. It's pretty much copy paste from yesterday, with some twist, but this is the key meat, now. So 76 to 88, which is this area, pretty much 88. So this is the area, shorts, right? Below shorts, and also 76 50, right? As I said, I think, did I say 50? Yeah, 88 to 50 is a gray area also, right? So now I can draw another box, 88 to 50, gray area. See that? Gray area means like this, see? Neutral, right? Gray area means anything can happen, right? You can't be short, see? Because both sides worked. That is what I mean by gray area, see? So when I say gray area, means anything can happen. Both sides can be active. It's a gray area. You have no clue what's going to happen, right? But then I had another clause also. Within the gray area, you look for what? Shorts into this area, from this area. See that? I didn't use the word long from here. See that? But I favor shorts in this area, because within the gray area, this is the upper boundary. So shorts, if you want to short, you cannot short here of the open, but in this area, yes, you can short, because there at least you have a target up to this. See, that's the whole idea, right? Now look at the another beauty here, right? Look at this, how I wrote it. So that was the note, right? Now look at it here. So price was coming down since morning, right? Early morning, all these things. But so when I wrote the note, price was here, right here at this point, right? So I put this as an aggressive buyers area and also aggressive sellers area, right? So in this case, right after the news, after my notes and in the news, this area acted as an aggressive sellers area. This was the decision point area, okay? So now then price went down in the pre-market, right? So when price went down that much, right? So here, this is my running area for buyers. That was a backup buyer area yesterday. Today I kept it as a preferred buyers area, right? So look at the levels, 76, 55, 63, right? So price was here when I wrote the note, right? Now I would give you a specific levels 76, 55, 63, right? And then I put the note also here. For sellers, you do not want to see a failed breakdown here in RTH in the preferred buyers area, right? So preferred buyers area are three buyers area: 55, 76, 63. You do not want to see a failed breakdown there, right? So now watch. This is 55 area, correct? This is 63 area. This is 76 area. So when price went, so after I wrote my note here, right? When price was here, then you see it came to 63, 76. There is no failed breakdown here, right? Price sliced through it, fine. 63, there is a failed breakdown here. See that? Came down, break below 63. Look at first time 63 reacted, right? Back to 76, this area, then got rejection. This is a failed breakdown. If you zoom in the 1 minute time frame, you will see it. So, and then it went higher, right? But since 76 is still part of the preferred buyers area, it can act as a resistance because price sliced through it. So again, there was a failed breakout here. Okay, so price went down, fine. Then look at this 63 again. So this time this area acted as a resistance here, right? So now you can see all these things, right? Now, so that was pre-market earlier. Of the open, look at what happened. 74, 76. So in Discord, right? So hold on. So in Discord, right? Look at this. 928 before open. I said watch 72.50 to 76.50 of the open. That is the key, right? So that's a 928, which is when price was here, right here. Okay, at 63 price was here at 63, right? Then you look what happened. It opened at 63, right? Key level, right? Look at this preferred buyers area. See? So now you understand why I kept this area as a support. Okay, so somebody bought it here, right? We don't have to buy it because as per notes below 88, you know, it's ideally no loss, right? It's just you can favor shorts. So here, right, somebody bought it, right? Price went higher, correct? Look at where it touched, 76. See that? To the T, 76, right? So this was the short because internals were super duper bearish, right? Look at NQ. It touched this area, aggressive sellers, this area, right? 12,040 or whatever that label is. But anyway, NQ was not short, no short here because it went through this area, right? But when it came down with the ES, that's where you can take a short. Okay. But NQ is when it is near higher time frame support. You know, NQ is usually like goes through the level by few points. You know, but ES will respect it. You know? So here you can short. You know, and if you do not short here, let's say if you missed it, right? Then you have to wait. Okay, so then you have to watch price what it does. Then it slides through this low. See, this time, you know, it is locking in that yes, sellers are indeed in control because they reacted it here, and price slides through this 63. So next area is 54 most likely, you know, so or 55, right? So here, which is this area, correct? 55. So here you can short even with the flow, right? And then target this, or you can wait. Then what happened? 55, right? See this 55, price touched it here, right? Now remember these notes, right? It says you do not want to see a failed breakdown around this preferred buyers area. 63, there is no failed breakdown here, right? 54, price touched it, and now you can see the hesitation here. See that? So right here, you can see the hesitation, right? And then what happens? See, this is your failed breakdown right there, first one. See, price spoke below it after balancing around here. See why price is balancing even here? Because 63 it's already balanced in the pre-market and it's already responded. Now only area left is 54 or 55, right? So that's why you are seeing this here. So, that's itself is telling you there is a higher time frame support. So here, it balanced it, then breakdown, right? See here by a tick or so, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, right here, then it bounced, right? So by this time you can see internals were negative also, right? So that is, in order for a failed breakdown, right, you don't know whether if price goes down, whether it's going to generate a failed breakdown or not. Okay, it has to go above this area first, then you know it's a failed breakdown. Okay, but then during intraday, this area was a resistance now, because price sliced through it. It didn't even provided any response here. See that? It just sliced through it, right? So on the way back up, if price comes here, it can act as a resistance. Now first go. If there is something else also with the price, So first time up from here, see, look at this, price went straight up there. So exhausted. Price is already down, right? And then it's a confluence area also here. We were made, and momentum is still around zero line or below zero line, I would say, So short here, target this 54, right? And then you wait. So when price went down, right? So now you're observing this area 54, because when price went down, see here I typed in Discord that 48 could be the low of the day, potential low, right? So now you have that intel. So you're not going to short here, right? Yes, technically this 54, 55 area can act as a resistance and price can continue to tank. Possible. But now when I put that statement that 48 could be low, you have to consider that statement first, right? And today is Friday. So you wait and observe. And when you see this, that okay, 54 acted as a resistance. Okay, price now sliced through 48, but it did not. Look at this. It did not go, right? Anyway, instead it doing balancing here. See, now two things can happen. Since I said 48 could be the low of the day and 54 is not achieving the result for the sellers, it can act as a support if price goes higher. Okay, and if there is a failed breakdown here, that's the key, right? Because that's the statement here. So now when price went down, down, so here it tried to poke below it, right? And then there is a straight went up, correct? And then here somebody shorted it as usual, right? Intraday players, they love to play VWAP and mid and all these things. So fine, price went down, right? And then it went down, correct? So here it went down, and this time you are expecting what? You're expecting what here? You're expecting price to now slice through and just go down, like further away, and then pull back here, you short. Okay, that's the expectation at this point when this thing happens, right? Because price broke out and failed, right? So it's a failed breakout here. So now it should go down hard, but instead you can see it here. 48 could be the low of the day, as I said, right? So here I am going to draw a line. At 48, right? Now look, see here there was no 48, right? And I typed it here in Discord that 48 could be the low of the day, right? So now you see price came down straight to here, 48 touch, right? See, I did not type the statement in Discord after this. I typed it way here when price was here, right? So now you are watching 48. See, it came down, it took out this lows, right? And then look at what happened. Immediately pop back up, straight up. See that? See, that's the buying. That's now confirming the failed breakdown here, right there. Correct? Now here we assume it's a failed breakout, right? But at one point price was able to break out about this, correct? With this failed breakdown in place. So buyers are there, Now this is another confirmation, right? Now 54 is still can act as a resistance, but this time, see here 54 tried to hold the price below it. Here there is a breakout, so there is already a gap in this ceiling. There is a hole in the ceiling. That's why price went through it. So that hole is open. And now second time, you don't want to see price going higher. Ideally if sellers are there, right? But here with this failed breakdown in place and price goes through it, this time buyers seal the deal. Now it's going to go here, this area, most likely, That's why, now you wait. So 54 is went through it. Now you see if price goes through it or not, right? So here price went through it. See this area, this entire balance, it just broke through it. This is the confirmation now, final, that yes, buyers are in. They want to tag it at least this area. So you wait, pull back, straight down. Now you can use the same VWAP, see that confluence area, right? So here you can go long now, right here. So now why we use VWAP this time? Because now all those VWAP players who are like shorting here, they were going to use longs here, so you have additional support from those guys. They will be with you, so, and this is the top of this balance, this area. Okay, so why not take a long here then? Because there was no proper breakout here. See that there was a tail, there was no closing here above this area. So this time it closed. Now you wait for a pullback, right? And that's pretty much it. That was the long, targeting either this or this somewhere here, right? And then also I put a statement in Discord that 84, 86 could be the max for the day. So when now you're not looking for 84, 86, you have to take profit. See, I show the profit here, right? Then price went higher about this area, right? See, remember, we are not here to buy aggressive longs here, correct? Overall sellers are still in control below 76.88, correct? So now this time price broke out of this high, correct? So now you see if pullbacks happen and see how price behaves it, right? Because technically this is the resistance, correct? Or it could be a failed breakout too, who knows, right? So, but at least at this point, I'm expecting price to hold above this area, this area pretty much. If it falls below it, then it can go down into this area somewhere, So look at this, break through it, break down, right? So this is not a good buying there, right? It's a failed breakout. So this area can act as a resistance now. See that? And that's the area I typed it in Discord, watch 70.72. So, and I said somewhere around here, right? Look at it. You can take a profit here and then look what happened from there, right? Why? Because this is the place, right, where it's a 54 area, correct? This area. That's where, see, if you look at 5 minute, there was no buying opportunity here because price just shoots higher, right? So lots of buying came, price shoots higher, made a new high for the day, then it came down, straight down. So obviously we were missed out this area, then we bought it, 54. Again, look at this, 54 to the T, right? So, and that was your target for these things, see, 54. Now you don't buy it blindly here, you wait to see if price goes through it, make a new low or hold this here, right? Now you see price holding it, see, then you had a upthrust. Now you wait, price came back down, see this here, right? So why this area then, correct? So look at this here, see this thing, balanced, breakdown into support, again balance, breakout. So this is a breakdown and breakout area, which is this, like this. So price went through it, pull back to this area, go long, simple. See, hold on. So that was the long, right? So it's a Friday though, by the way, right? So if you got this shorts here, you don't have to trade this long, and you just call it a day. I usually do only one trade on Friday, and that be all for today, So NQ, you can pretty much mimic the same thing, and that be all. See, I'm not trading NQ a lot nowadays, right? Because NQ is not consistent in terms of respecting the levels. So when overall, let's say price is dealing with the higher time frame supports, NQ is going to behave like strange little bit, it will not respect the levels exactly. It will like poke little bit higher and below. but ES does respect it. So that's why I started trading ES again more than NQ, right? So it just depends on the market dynamics. You have to just shift it, the trading instrument. So, and that be all for today. I'll see you on Monday.